Hello, everyone. Phil Conway hopping on here this Thursday morning, and happy May as we're going right along. A little rain out here in New England this morning, and just wanted to hop out as we continue in our series where we're looking into Napoleon Hill's. It's not the Reader's Digest, but it's just a shortened, abridged version, getting into the tip of the iceberg of the principles that are the foundation of all people who achieve all results. The question is, are the results you're achieving the ones you want, or the results that you're achieving the things that you don't want? Perspective and attitude have everything to do with steering the momentum where you want to go. So we're talking about Think and Grow Rich, and we're really getting into a chapter that I love. Imagine. And that's what it is. It's imagination. That picture that we hold in our mind. You know, one of the things that comes up is that it's more powerful than any PowerPoint presentation you've ever seen. It's in our mind. We've got the ability to have the most impressive, most powerful PowerPoint. It's a visual, it's a movie, it's a play, it's whatever the life that you are going to experience. It's all happening in your mind before it even happens. I know we can go down deep roads and we can show different elements of things that can really be the what you could call the practical action items, but and this is the key. There's a very wide gap and a big distinction between just doing things to do things. On the other side is just thinking things to think things. Nothing happens when you just think, and that's where a lot of the people criticize into books because they say the books don't work. And the truth is, it's not the principles. What's not working is people taking action and applying it. Think of this for a moment. Who is it that you know? They're living life like a hamster on a wheel, always spinning, doing the same thing every day. So what they think, they go and they get an advanced degree. They go to, education is very sacred. However, there's no application. The things that we learn, we just forget them after the test. You get tested on it, you get a grade, and that grade really only shows what do you recall in the moment of that the questions that were there or the answer that you offered. And were you calm? Did you have a peace of mind when you were taking that exam? So many people get nervous because they're only focused on the grade of the test as opposed to how can I constantly study? Like it's not just taking the course and stop studying. It's like for the rest of your life, the idea of studying every day until we no longer are here. We make that physical, spiritual transition into that next element wherever it happens after we have enjoying this life here on earth. These are the principles that Napoleon Hill talks about, and the reason that they're working is because they're so powerful. And it's really my purpose is to bring with creativity and enthusiasm these principles and how they can align for me. I observe it in many thousands of others, and how it can always work for you. The question is, we want to shift from what isn't working to where we want to be. And so imagination, Napoleon Hill's talking about here, that's the fifth step to riches. And imagination is essentially the workshop of the mind. You have your own Santa's workshop, your own PowerPoint. What is the movie that you're playing? And why do you choose to play that movie? Or do you not choose that? You're just allowing what you might not believe in to be the movie that you play out. So it's an unconscious way of having the life that you want as opposed to consciously switching. And that's what we want to be focused on, bringing out consciously what it is that you like to achieve. So with the workshop in the mind is that, it all starts with a burning desire, that idea that comes to us. And It's the abstract impulse of desire that's given shape, form, and action in order to become definite plans. See, the problem is people read books and nothing changes. People go to seminars, they go to conferences. And what's the root cause behind the change? It's because of this little operating system, this inside of our mind. Bob Proctor would refer to it as paradigms, which is essentially it's a mental programming that's controlling our thoughts, our emotions, our habits. Those habits are the actions that we take. Depending on whatever the conditions are outside of us, are we still going to do the habits and nurture those habits that serve us well? Or are we going to continue with the habits that don't serve us well? And the fuel, the emotional impact that we create inside of ourselves using our imagination. Imagination is so powerful because imagination allows us to experience something first. And as we get emotionally connected with it, now we start to take that idea. We have a purpose. Who are we? Why are we here? What is our role in this life? And we have a plan. The plan is, who am I? What am I going to do? How do I serve other people? How do I bring value? Every dollar that every person will ever earn and has ever earned and will ever earn will come from another person. So the idea of there's nothing is for free. Nobody's going to give things to people just to give them. We earn it, yet we don't earn it by being controlled either. We earn it when we willingly, with good attitude, aligned with all these principles that we're talking about, and we serve others. We leave them better with good leadership. So imagination is where everything we've experienced, this computer, your phone, your place where you're living, the car, it's seen twice. First, it's in the mind of the person who created it, and then it's in the actual physical three-dimensional form because of that idea. They put a plan, they got the materials, they designed it, and it became the thing that we hold. And that's what that beautiful, wonderful goal that you've got, that idea, everything is possible with that when you believe it. The question in our operating system is that we don't believe it enough. And because of that, more than 99% of ideas just die a stillborn death. So basically, in the imagination, we're talking about two types. One is synthetic and one is creative. Synthetic is, well, you've heard the expression, build a better mousetrap. The idea of something exists and we want to improve upon it. That's it. You can look at it as constant innovation. As long as we're always innovating and finding new ways for older things or finding a better way to serve people with the same, well, say the same problem, but they're going to have a solution that's at a much higher level. That's where we start applying the idea of synthetic imagination. We build on other people's idea. This is why collaboration is so important. Stopping the idea of competition, the idea of people who build upon an idea with each other, power partners. How do people find ways to, who are sharing the same customer, yet in the each individual businesses, they can go deeper and serve those customers better, and revenue can be shared across different businesses. Serving people well. Imagine that when you have a group of home service people coming together, when you have a group of other professionals in all areas of life that really make things go smoothly, and it dissolves a lot of the obstacles that customers are facing. So that's the idea of the synthetic. Creative imagination is we get in that spark of an idea. It's like a dream we've got, dreaming by day, and we bring that in to ourselves and we build upon that and we create something that's never been done before. Like Einstein talked about the power in science and physics of the energy and the power of imagination. It's a great, huge, untapped force that most people really don't apply. Everyone experiences it. The question is, what is it that you'll apply? So the idea that physical reality is comprised of two elements, matter and energy. Einstein talked about energy is that's all there is. Everything is energy. Everything in the visible and invisible world starts out as an intangible form of energy that can be converted into different forms, whether different modes of energy or matter. Desire, as an impulse of thought, is a form of energy, and when you translate your desire into its physical equivalent, how do we bring it from our mind into a three-dimensional form that we hold? You're engaging in the same process that nature used to create the earth and all the life forms in it. Think of the acorn. In the fall in New England or wherever there's oak trees growing, we get these acorns. You pick up that acorn and then you can ask, is the oak tree in the acorn? Or where is the oak tree? The seeds of our thoughts are into the fertile soil of our subconscious mind. And from the actions and the habits that we take, this is how we nurture and develop that wonderful thing. And so the idea of knowing and getting very clear, and this is what I love helping people, is we go through a process of discovering what it is that through your strengths and through what we really enjoy doing, we can compare that against what it is that we don't like doing because it's not one of our strengths. We want to strengthen our strengths all the time and find other people whose strengths are what our weaknesses are. Now we're collaborating. Now we're bringing teams together. Now, instead of it being a linear, it becomes a lot more cast wider. So it's a wider net, and it's a wider attracting people with diversity that gives us the power of unity. So when we bring to unity, that's that laser beam, which is sharply focused, and that's where we really start to make things different. So that's been going through. I have an exercise where write down in your book what it is that you've had that attainment for. What is that idea that uses you? And with full faith that you believe it's already done and your riches are waiting to be claimed, turn over to your subconscious mind and find what is that next step, that purpose, that plan, that action. Because that's what ideas can be transmuted into cash through the power of definite purpose, indefinite plans, and action. What are the habits that serve you? What are the habits that don't serve you? I'd love to know more. Let me know what are those habits that you can change. We'll talk soon.